Does anyone want to guess what I'm eating right now?
Ramen. Oh God, I can hear it in your mouth.
It's
Jet, please stop. Oh
Please,
God.
yeah. That's
ASMR
terrible.
streamer Dan.
That's awful.
Here's some more. This one's soft and fluffy.
Hey boys, what do you say? I just go to that intro.
The Nerd Chat, an Xbox podcast.
Is a podcast celebrating all things gaming, food, and the good old days.
Hosted by a group of best friends. If you'd like to find out more, visit nerdchatmedia.com.
This is Cortana. And remember, don't make a girl a promise if you know you can't keep it. As always, Spartans, see you online.
Guys, look at this bite.
Wow.
We got
healthy.
Stouffer's stuffing, broccoli, and some pork tenderloin right here.
Nice.
Oh God. Only
Hey,
Oh, hello. Daddy Dewally here, and welcome to the Nerd Chat, an Xbox podcast, Bacon.
Oh God. Pew. Here.
And celebrating all things gaming, and as you can tell, food and the good old days. Thank God, boys. Tomorrow comes, and I've got a lot of reasoning behind my title right there. Joining me, as always, is not Chipotle Bear. He's out. I don't know what he's doing. He bailed on us. He said his kids have like gymnastics or something. Or
He's like
cheer.
1,000. Yeah.
I don't know. He's like F these boys, but we are recording a day early because Chance is going to be gone tomorrow. Jose is going to be gone tomorrow, and then Bacon randomly was like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to be gone tomorrow." So we decided to go a day early. Joining me as always, it is hot. X Bacon Gaming. How are you?
Yeah. I worked inside the shop all day today with no air movement, and it was so hot,
so hot
gentlemen.
today.
And since I'm filling in as producer and co-host and just the main guy here, I don't want to hear any shiz when I don't get any of your sound drops correct, because
It's all in the
StreamYard
program,
will
Bacon.
StreamYard
Jose left
changed
it prepared.
everything up, and when Jose
We
gets
can-
here next week, he's gonna go, "Wow, they changed everything up."
No,
They
we'll
did.
just do.
Shut the up, Gary.
That'll be all.
That
I don't
works
want any
too.
soundtrack.
Can you get rid of that one?
Don't you? It's Will Ferrell. I
don't
love
care.
it.
I want you got other good ones. Bring back Big Box first of all. Good God. Just speaking of big.
40.
Thank you, Bubble Boy and Seven. Getting my Baja Blast on. How are you?
Hell yeah. Am I allowed to show it? I don't know. Is that a?
Yes, you can show it.
Is that what I'm?
Sure, you're
I'm-
fine.
He's
bro.
drinking hard Mountain Dew Baja Blast Zero Sugar.
Sugar.
Sounds terrible.
You can taste the zero sugar for sure. Like if you're not used to things that are zero sugar, it you know where it gets you like back in here. Outside of that, it's fantastic.
Nice.
So these could be dangerous. It came with. It was funny. We were at the store today, and Cora. I was looking at some sort of beer or something, and Cora's like, "Daddy, look, they have alcohol Mountain Dew," and I was like, "No, they do."
Oh.
Oh, yes, they do. So
Two things that are bad for you all
Yep.
together.
yeah, I mean, might as well just roll it all into one. So they came with this one, Code Red, regular, and the Live Wire.
Yeah, we need to review every show. So every show you need to tell us about.
Absolutely.
And you heard that voice. Everybody loves him sometimes. Please welcome back to the show. Oh, this makes me sad. Todd, the lone wolf Oxtra and south of Midnight Stand. Welcome back to the show, Todd Oxtra. How are you?
Thank you for the invite. It's been a weird week. We had a big show, and I'm looking for a new co-host. So whoever you fire from this show, come on over.
Yes, so shout out.
And we fired Dan.
I'm ready. Hey, if you want to get rid of me, I created this show. I'll give you the rights to keep going. If that's what you bring on Todd, I'll go start my PlayStation podcast, okay? Because we all know that this Xbox controller, get rid of it. Get rid of it. This is the new standard, the DualSense. Guys, with these back buttons, specifically the scuff, see I can hit all four with one finger right there. Okay, this is the new.
The same.
I'm using it right now. This is all I'm a full DualSense fanboy. My thumb hurts, my hand hurts. I don't care. I'm going to keep doing it until it doesn't hurt.
You've said that before. Huh?
Yep, there we go. But you got that right. All right, guys, well, Todd, you were talking about, shout out to Mark, the Canardian, recently retiring from Co-op Mode and Secret Friends Unite Network. Just want to shout out Mark again. I made a surprise. Well, I didn't make a visit. The Joker made a surprise visit on your show the other day.
Sorry.
Saw that at 6:45 this morning.
I don't know what Bacon's talking about, but seriously though, shout out to Mark. We're gonna have to get him on the show. I told him that he needs to come on ASAP. And yeah, good luck, Todd, because we all know the solo casting.
They're brutes.
Difficult. So go ahead, Todd. Share me any thoughts or updates on Secret Friends Unite in Co-op Mode.
So Holocron Chronicles, our Star Wars podcast, which if you're a Star Wars fan, please listen to it. Charlie will be taking that over with his co-host from the Star Trek podcast. So that one's good to go. And with Co-op Mode, I'm going to be switching some things up. I think I'm going to be getting a group of regular co-hosts that just come in a rotation. And if someone is interested, let me know. And then we're going to have a guest. So people that I've worked with before, I've already got my first one lined up.
Nice.
Should be a lot of fun. And I'm going to have Brian Shea from Game Informer on
cool.
as my guest. So they just relaunched, obviously, and that'll be a lot of fun. He's a Minnesotan. I'm a Minnesotan. Game Informer is a Minnesota company.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do, man?
And this has got a great point here. Kevin is also looking. Kevin Ainsworth, is looking for a co-host. So something's got to go on with you and Kevin. And by the way, we need to get Freight Conductor. We need to get Matt. Well, shout out to Matt Valdez. Yeah. Todd. Matt Valdez said, Todd, I'm going to need to hear the trombone in the background, please. As always, yes, standard. While Todd's son is home, he likes to practice whenever Todd is recording. But we need to get more of these guys on the show. We need to bring up De Niro, Nissa. Nissa, we had plans for Nissa last week, but sorry, Nissa, we got swamped. I had no idea that Joe, I knew Kevin was going to be there, then Joe was there, and then Luke. So Nissa, we still want to have you on. But yeah, I like that idea of swapping through co-hosts and in the meantime and trying to figure things out. But yeah, well, what were you going to say? Go ahead, Chance.
No, De Niro, these layoffs have also hit the podcast.
Dude, Diego, well, you know what? Let's jump into it. Bacon, news story number one, Bacon.
I got this.
News team, assemble!
Forgot.
Yeah,
it's on a loop.
Yeah.
Every time.
Todd, I know this week you didn't really get a chance to talk about the layoffs with Mark because you guys, it was more of a celebratory, reflection goodbye episode, which was much more fitting. I agree with. Do you want to add any of your thoughts to the Microsoft layoffs that hasn't already been said, or should we move on to this next news story before? I just wanted you to see if you had anything to say because I know you didn't get a chance to talk about it.
I want a little context. I work for a Fortune 500 company. In my time with the company, I've been with them almost 20 years. We have had 5 restructures in the last 10. Nothing the first 10. 5 the last 10. The last 2 restructures, my role was eliminated. So I had to hustle, get a job internally. Let's just say I'm in the same position again. And that's been 3 times now in 4 years. So, and I tell you, I feel so bad for those Microsoft employees because I hate to say it, every CEO of every company has the same playbook. We're sad to announce, and they all say the same thing. It's always what their goal is. When you see how much money Microsoft is making, how much profit they're making, and what they're investing their money after they eliminate people, it's just got to feel like, and those things they're investing in are going to eliminate more people. So I do feel like, Satya has turned the company into a different direction, more profitable than ever. And quite honestly, there's more expectations out of Xbox as they have a high percentage of employees at Microsoft now. I think they're almost like at 30% of the employees are at Xbox. Do they make 30% of the profit of Xbox? No, it's huge. So I do worry that, they're going to be more like Activision in the future than Xbox, which means fewer, bigger. And when that happens, obviously, you don't need as many people. Yeah, more of those developers on fewer titles.
Do we have numbers? Does anyone know? Did anyone read or see what the profits from Xbox are compared to the rest of Microsoft businesses? Because I thought it was pretty high. I don't know. Let's bring in X Bacon here because X Bacon is a shareholder. His stocks have been skyrocketing.
I have one share of Xbox
He
or
is
Microsoft.
he is very happy with
One
the
share.
performance of Microsoft stock right now. So, Bacon, I'll bring you in here. We're a week off of all the crazy news. There's still lots of stuff coming out. Is there anything else you wanted to touch on before we move on from the layoffs? Because guys, I'm not gonna lie. Like after Kevin recorded and his comments, like I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit struggling to as well to talk about Xbox right now because it just sucks. But I've been having a great time gaming, which I am excited to talk about later. So Bacon, yeah, any closing or any more thoughts about the layoffs?
I mean, like I said last week, they suck. There's nothing around it. I mean, there's no easy way to do this. It's an investor-driven field. It's investor-driven everything. If it wasn't investor-driven, PlayStation wouldn't be putting any games on the Xbox. And I'm sure there's more to come in the coming weeks, gentlemen, with more PlayStation games coming to Xbox. I'm just saying, it sucks, and it's 4%. Microsoft employs an astronomical amount of people when you think about it. And then I saw today that NVIDIA is now the highest rated, valued company in the world, surpassing Apple and Microsoft.
That's crazy.
Damn.
And that's
Dude,
all,
and what's crazy, Bacon? I remember when it crashed during the pandemic. I was like, I should buy NVIDIA.
God, I wish
It
I
was
had bought more.
oh my God. I even if you would have bought like $1,000 worth of it, you'd be sitting really pretty.
Like my wife offered me a bunch of money to invest the other day because we had a CD mature, and she's like, "Hey, do you want to take this?" I'm like, "Oh God, don't put that in my hands. I invest small potatoes over here, so anything we can afford to lose." But I was a little passionate last week, and that was because I was passionate about the layoffs in the sense that they were Dan and everyone was just absolutely crucifying Phil Spencer.
He's a liar.
For a decision that absolutely was not his. I'm more than certain of that. So I felt someone needed to come to now. As Phil stepped on the rake plenty of times. Every major corporation lies. It is what they do. It is just who they are. It's something we all have to live with. I'm sorry. They're not our friends. They're here to make billions and billions of dollars and continue to drive their investor growth. So.
De Niro. Dan's blood runs blue now, not a green blood cell. I got to push back a little bit, Bacon, about Phil. I'm not mad that he's a liar. I know he's lying, Phil Spencer and crying Jim Ryan. They're all buddies over there. Slimy Satya, Sneaky Sarah Bond, Matt Kiss My Booty, Aaron, What Do I Do Here, Greenberg. Who am I forgetting?
Amy Hood, financial
Amy.
expert.
Oh, Amy Hood.
Amy,
She's-
print my paper hood. Okay. So here's the thing. Did any of you guys get a chance to listen to Season Gaming and Bitcast this week? Bacon, did you? So Hoag's brother was directly his position. He was affected by these layoffs, right? He worked for ZeniMax Online. And Hoag went off on Phil Spencer. Not for the reasons the internet's going off, but this is where I agree with Hoag. And I also agree with him on Expedition 33, by the way.
Of course you do.
Phil's not a bad guy for leading Xbox and for some of these little lies, right? Where I think Phil is failing, and this is the point I was trying to make last week, and Eric was getting it, I believe. Was Eric with us last week? I can't remember. It was Joe and Kevin. Kevin was getting it. Was that Phil has failed leading these teams, Bacon, and monitoring these teams and monitoring.
Matt Booty's job.
Who Phil
But
hired.
again,
hasn't fired.
the buck exactly has to stop somewhere. Who was keeping the initiative?
I'm
In
not going to
check.
argue the initiative.
Who was keeping Rare
I've
in
always
check?
been anti-initiative.
Turn
Don't worry
10.
about that.
In all these studios that had to face layoffs, who is the one making sure that they are producing something that is making money for Microsoft? It's got to stop with somebody. Okay. We can blame Matt Booty, but who does Matt Booty work for? Phil Spencer. And who does Phil Spencer answer to? You're right, Satya. But Phil is the head of all of Microsoft gaming. Either figure it out or delegate it to people who can. Go ahead, Todd.
When it comes to a company and their divisions, every president is responsible for their financial targets. And I would say at this point, if you look at the number of employees they have in Xbox and the profitability probably per employee compared to other divisions like cloud and other areas, it's probably lower. And they have a lot of overhead because it takes a lot to make a game. And unfortunately, the majority of their games have been coming out delayed, late, a lot of extra money put into it after the fact, like a Redfall, things like that. And so I got to imagine at some point it's got to be that behavior has to change. Nintendo just came out today, said our games cycles need to take less time. And so it is frustrating to see this happening. But Satya gave Phil a target and he said, pull the lever how you want. So Phil did choose those cuts within his own division. And I will add on to DLC podcast. They had one of the guys, also a developer, on that unreleased ZeniMax online game that was apparently was the greatest thing since sliced bread. And he was like, go. And he was talking about it. You can only talk about so much. And he actually had a good spin on it. And like, but I think the biggest things for a lot of these devs, a lot of these games are taking forever to come out. They have nothing to show because their game got canceled. They have nothing in their resume. How did they get hired again?
And that's the problem too, is like, if it's taking this long, shorten it up, guys. Someone's got to start taking responsibility. Like, hey, we need to make smaller, more focused games. Like, I don't know.
Interactive had it figured out.
Like, I just get it. Chance, closing thoughts here. Do you still have confidence in Xbox? Do you think we're still going to get South of Midnights, our State of Decay 3s, our Hellblades, or do you think those guys are next? Tell me your closing thoughts on confidence level in Xbox right now.
Well, real quick, because you asked for it earlier. Microsoft's last fiscal year gaming, which includes Xbox, contributed approximately 7 to 8% of the company's total revenue. So that is not very much.
Really?
30% with 30% of the staffing.
So the 15.7 billion is what the gaming revenue was fiscal year 24. Overall, Microsoft revenue approximately 211.9 billion.
That's crazy.
So yeah.
Also point out in 3 months the value of Microsoft.
Look at it, it's already raised
$150 a share.
When you keep eliminating people to pay,
it's at $502 a share, you guys.
Damn.
Yeah.
And then
last week it was like $4.95 when the layoffs were happening.
When I bought into Microsoft, it was $283.
$2 or
right
200?
$283.
It was $283.
That was right after Activision closed, and I got the dividends from my Activision stock.
I'll have to show you guys mine. I bought a share of Microsoft when my son was 5 because I wanted to demonstrate stocks
Just
with
one?
him. I bought one. That stock now, that one share is ridiculously because they split, they did other things. So yeah, it goes to it. But Bacon, I'm trying to remember. Does anybody know how many cuts overall Microsoft has made in like the last 5 years? Because
it's gotta be 20,000.
It's a lot.
It's got at least because it was like 16 after the acquisition.
Yeah. So
when you make fun of us low stockholders, that's a Series S I'm holding. It's just sitting there paying me a little bit of dividends.
So as of July 25, 15,000 employees this year.
15,000.
Yeah,
January to May another 6, June 305, July up to 9,000.
And a lot of their money's made in Azure, is made in cloud infrastructure. It's not even selling Windows licenses.
Exactly. So if all this money is being made on this, Xbox profits are only a small percentage. Chance, are we going to get these new creative games that we thought we were going to get, or is it going to be Call of Duty, big franchise, big Elder Scrolls, big franchise?
I think we're going to see a break, right?
Yeah.
There's going to be
not as many.
Exactly. And then
few and far between.
And then hopefully the market will correct itself as it typically does. And in that time, maybe the political landscape will be different where people are willing to make more risks in terms of like small business type things. And we will get some more AA stuff. So, Nissa, what did you mean I beat you to it?
You had a point that she wanted to talk about.
Yeah, because here's the other thing. Guess what NVIDIA closed at?
I don't want to know.
Guess.
That doesn't matter because everybody shares. it's the overall value.
Sure, just guess anyway.
Hold on. Wait.
December 31st, 2020.
No. Go to March 2020. I'm going to guess 68, 70, 100.
$13.
Who God?
What's it worth
What
now?
is it at now?
Right now it's 163.07. I own 5 shares of that.
And it's probably split, right? Like it.
Oh,
No, Nvidia's never split on me.
No, it's
It
never
might have
split.
split before.
And how
It's
is that
gonna
the most
eventually have to
profitable?
split.
How is it? Yeah,
Because
how is-
there's so many shareholders.
God damn it, I don't understand the market.
And they're making AI devices, which guess what? Every company wants to get their
Just like
GPUs
Apple.
to power it. Yeah. Okay, I have the updated price of what I bought Microsoft in 2013. $27.50.
Wow.
Imagine, Todd, if you would have just invested like, oh my God.
I know,
What did
I'm
you say?
down.
How much? How much?
Facebook-
What did you say?
Your wife was probably like,
27?
listen, Todd, if we're gonna-
$27.51.
in for a penny, in for a pound. Let's buy
I
100,
bought
Todd, and you're
Facebook,
like,
one
no
share,
way.
31.26. Disney 53.4. No.
Oh my
88.
God,
Oh, no,
Todd.
56.
Todd could be so rich right now.
Sony, I bought one share.
$27.
Sony, $13.20. Yes, I kicked myself every
Dang.
time. My wife actually won
Nah.
the stock competition. She bought Facebook.
I will tell you,
Dude, Todd.
though,
Oh my
as
God, Todd. Todd, if you would have just invested 5,000 back then, you'd have 80 grand right now from just. Oh my God, dude.
Now I've got.
Oh,
Here's the thing that can't
I
be
don't even-
controlled, gentlemen, is
What?
when you get in these board meetings and after Helldivers releases and sells on Xbox, and all the rest of these shareholders are going to be sitting in this meeting going, why are we not doing more of this?
oh, it's back to.
They have to.
Look at-
Guys, I'm
Did you
telling
see
you.
the sales of Motorsport on
Yes.
Motorsport went back
Yeah.
up to like number 3.
Xbox
This is
has
on PlayStation 5.
4 of the top 5 selling games on the PlayStation Network last month. So I'm just saying that the shareholders control everything, gentlemen. So when this happens, they're gonna be like, sorry, we cannot continue to gatekeep games. So
Sorry, I'm just doing some math.
unless Xbox fans don't buy the game, which I think they will because it was a game of the
I
year.
do have a question about that, Bacon, because
What's that,
Sony,
buddy?
on the other hand, is the
Todd, if you
largest
would have
portion of-
invested 10,000, you would have had $175,000.
Thank you for that. Good deal. But Sony's in the exact opposite position. They are the largest part of Sony's profit.
Yes, exactly.
They
They
are
make that's what makes
significantly
all their
higher.
money, and don't they make the most out of any gaming company?
Let me
Correct.
look it up.
But why would they
they're above
continue?
Xbox.
Why would they?
Well-
here's the thing, gentlemen. As this new
Because,
Xbox comes
Bacon,
out
they're
and
doing great.
Steam, hold on, think. Steam integration on the new Xbox. Xbox players are
That's
going
not
to
going
be
to make
playing
Xbox any money
Doesn't matter. Listen to me.
unless Steam players are buying
Xbox
their
players
games.
are going to be playing Sony games on an Xbox device, rather or not their purchase. So why wouldn't they directly sell the games to the
I have the
Xbox
answer.
fan base before
They should.
go
No,
to
you're
Steam?
right. They should. Colin
So
was
they
saying
are
that.
going to
Colin
do
was
that.
agreeing with you, Bacon, that they
Right.
should put them out there because they're like, yeah, they're going to be
Right.
buying our game somewhere.
Guess where Sony makes 70% of their money from, though?
Live service games.
Live.
Yeah.
No. They make it on third-party games,
Transactions.
royalties, DLC,
Wow.
and PlayStation
Not off
Plus.
their
Did you
first
say
party.
70% of
Yeah,
Sony's
and
income?
Yes,
No,
and
of-
they're projected to do even
PlayStation.
less first-party PlayStation. So the problem is they only make enough money off their first-party games to barely fund them. That's the problem. And I've
they're
been
too
doing other
expensive.
platforms. I don't think that's why they're like, we can't sell you PlayStation Plus if you're on PC.
So you're telling me,
sell
Todd,
you DLC.
we're getting Uncharted on Xbox, is what you're telling me.
They'll put it everywhere, but you're not getting day and date. They still want to sell you.
I don't care.
crap.
If they release the Uncharted trilogy, I'm buying that $80 a pop.
all right.
I don't even care.
So in Sony's 2023 fiscal year, the Game and Network Services segment, which includes PlayStation, accounted for approximately 32% of the company's total revenue.
Really, that's it.
What's the
which
other
is- That's the
60%?
largest.
And-
That's the
and-
What's
largest.
the other? What
chunk.
is it? What else is making
Cameras.
Sony money?
TVs,
lenses,
cameras,
Cameras.
No
cameras.
way. I don't
no,
believe
it's
that.
actually the entertainment sector. I think is next.
Oh,
the
probably
music
movies.
and
movies.
everything.
Oh, I
Yeah.
forgot about the movies. I forgot
Yeah,
about the movies.
so
I forgot about
that's
that.
why I
And
just
mu-
think
and
of like,
music, yeah.
and Nintendo's in the same spot. If anything goes wrong with their games, they're going to hope that their franchises survive. So I feel like Xbox is in a much better position, at least from a health, or they were.
Yeah,
because
I'm not-
we don't
yeah.
need Xbox to be that profitable.
Yeah, Todd, I'm not concerned about the Xbox brand. Again, I'm concerned about the identity of Xbox. I don't know if it's going to have an identity anymore. I don't think we're going to get these creative games that we're used to. And I think they're going full in on third party. I think you guys are crazy thinking that there's going to be more hardware. Like I honestly, I'm shocked that everyone is so confident in this
3DO.
next.
They make the standard, or like Nvidia makes a
Yeah,
reference
it's
card,
going to
right,
be.
Nathan?
They are going to have second party partnerships.
Who cares? Why do you care if Xbox
All right,
builds a box?
here it is. Number 2, electronics.
Let's close this off.
products and-
I'm tired of talking about this.
Number 2,
mumbo jumbo.
electronics products and solutions, which is 16%. Number 3 is music. Number 4, imaging and sensing solutions.
No?
What's number one?
Or sorry,
MRI
number
machines and
3
shit?
is financial services. Number 1's game and network services, which is
Yeah, but it's like huge. It's like dominant
It
percentage
is.
wise. Of
Absolutely.
it's what makes Sony.
absolutely. It's still only. It's a little less than a third, though.
Yeah,
They're
Crunchyroll.
a
Get
small
that
company.
Crunchyroll out
They're
here.
a very
Victor.
small company. Yeah.
Nissa still thinks they're going to take chances on the smaller experiences because they cost.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't.
What do you want to bet? Days Gone's the next game come to Xbox.
Ooh, I hope so. The remaster, or the
I am
original?
putting it out, and I'm calling right now. Days Gone.
No, you heard
End
that.
of
Somebody else
year.
was saying that. I think that was on
Remaster
Iron
or
Lords.
original?
No, I haven't listened.
I swear, I think Iron Lord said
Maybe
that. I think
Xbox
King
fans
David
will
said
like that franchise better than PlayStation.
And they'll try to
They
release it.
should because it was,
And they'll try to release it around State of Decay 3.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on to news story number 2. I'm sick and tired of this negative Nancy
better
stuff.
gameplay
News
than The
story
Last of Us.
number 2. I heard Todd talking about this yesterday. He's like, "Oh, the Nintendo Switch 2 is just like an Xbox Series S." Newsflash, Todd. You're wrong. Cyberpunk co-developer says that any 60 FPS Xbox Series game can be easily ported to the Switch 2 despite the console being closer to a PS4 in terms of raw performance, Todd.
Is that the Switch 2 that's a PS4?
Yes. GPU wise, this is coming from Cyberpunk co-developer. I can't see his name. Shout out to this is an article from
Hassam Nasir.
Todd. Sorry, thank you. Todd's Hardware, which ironically came
Tom's Hardware.
Yeah,
not
Sorry,
Not
Tom's Hardware. Sorry,
Tom's
Tom.
Hardware is big in PC.
Which was with they're quoting from an interview from WCCF Tech, which I was reading and I was like, it's very long and detailed. So shout out
No
to
slander.
Tom's for shortening it up for us. GPU wise, the Switch 2 performs slightly below the Series S. Okay, GPU, Todd. This difference is more noticeable in handheld mode. However, the Series S does not support DLSS, which Switch 2 does. This makes the GPU capabilities of the two consoles comparable. I'll wait to see how many 60 FPS transitions we get from Series S to Switch 2. CPU-wise, Todd, there is a clearer distinction between the two. The Switch 2 is closer to the PS4 in this respect, CPU-wise, having a CPU just a bit more powerful than the PS4's. The key takeaway is that his admissions that DLSS helps bridge the performance gap between the Switch 2 and the Series S. That would be more apparent due to the Switch 2's slightly weaker GPU compared to the AMD GPU in the Series S. The Switch 2 also has a more powerful CPU than the PS4, which should help it run more complex situations than background processes and heavier games carrying a bigger scope. But, so here's the thing, Todd. Where does that really lie? To me, what's in between a PS4 and a Series S? What console? You're muted, Todd. You're muted.
Ooh, he's definitely.
But the Switch 2 runs Cyberpunk far better than last gen, and they even compared
Exactly.
it.
So
now.
what? But what console is between a Series S and a PS4? PS4 Pro. I'm thinking
Pro.
that's what we should probably
Sure.
be comparing these. And then he went on to say, any game developing at 60 FPS on the Series S should easily port to the Switch 2. Likely a 30 FPS Series S game that's GPU bound could also port well. Yeah. But again, the Series S can run Cyberpunk at 60 FPS.
And
the
it's
Switch
also
2
this
cannot. Now we know some more the performance here. Let's give the Series S a little bit more credit, Todd, is all I'm saying. But any new revelations
it
to you
was an
with your Switch 2?
amazing system for $300.
Your Switch 2?
No.
No. The
Wait,
Series S. But the
Oh,
Series
I
S,
was like, wait, what?
problem, Todd, is the Series S still $300?
No.
It's what, 380 now?
Dude, what is it? We don't even know. It's probably like 400.
Gracious,
Is it
let's
400
find
to 450? So
379, something like that.
I'll go to Bacon. Bacon, what do you think of this
379
performance?
to yep. Ugh.
I think it's fine. This is a handheld Nintendo product, and if it is a between a PS5 Pro and a Series S, I am absolutely okay with it because the Switch 2 is absolutely fantastic hardware.
Well, and
You're muted, Dan?
Can I
Go ahead,
Can I
Chance.
jump in? I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, but for what we've been playing, I finally had to stop my Assassin's Creed rubric with Odyssey, stop it in terms of playing on the Ally. I was getting 20 frames per second, and I had it on low, the lowest settings.
No.
I dropped it as absolutely low as I possibly could. And I know you can't buy Assassin's Creed Odyssey on the Switch 2 right now, but do you think you could run it? Like,
Chance,
Yeah,
do you
well,
think
that's-
it would run better on
Yeah.
this ROG Ally
should-
X? Do
You
you want to
have
borrow
it,
it and
don't
try? Are you in the market for one of these?
No, I'm in the market for the ROG Xbox Ally.
I would have given you a sweet deal
Nice.
because I spent some money on Prime Day, but we'll talk about that later.
I
Do you guys
bet.
remember all those impossible ports the Switch got?
Oh my god!
I just know they do some incredible stuff, and having the only system with NVIDIA hardware, it's not a
Yeah.
bad thing, right?
Yeah, and like
Chance, are you going to get a Switch 2 at all? You have no desire. This doesn't change your mind,
probably
right?
not. No,
Yeah.
but because here's what I was gonna say, because I was playing on 15-watt mode. I plugged it in.
Well, yeah, I was going to say,
and
did you plug it in and get better
I plugged it
performance?
in and went to 30. It overheated, so then it stops charging, and so you essentially can't charge it playing at 30. I went from, I think it was 92% battery down to 64 in like 8 minutes. It's unplayable. It literally was just
yes, the
Yeah,
Ally
but-
is showing its age.
yeah.
But let me ask you guys this. Does the Switch 2 have Assassin's Creed Odyssey?
It will.
Well, that's what I'm
just
saying.
Let's see
gonna
how
get
great this Switch
everything.
2 is, Todd. Okay.
Right.
When we get Odyssey.
And I ran Starfield just fine on it.
That's because they're good with AMD and FSR.
So
All right.
I think
We all
that
know-
the next pisser is going to be a real FSR.
I can't wait for Pisser technology. No, I'm just going to share right now. I went from playing Titanfall on the PS4 or the PS5 Pro, and then I was playing the campaign again on my PC. I was like, holy crap, this is like infinitely better. What the hell was I doing? It's so bad. The PS5 Pro, you guys, it's just, why did I get it?
We all
guys,
asked you that,
PC.
Dan.
PC is like, it's incredible. I'm playing Apex on ultra
You bought it
wide.
out of
I'm like,
spite, Dan. You bought
Oh
it out
my
of
God.
spite.
and now I'm like, what do I do? Oh, I can't return it. I'm out of the return window. I just missed it. It was like
well,
it was
they're
yesterday.
like, we're not taking anything back from this guy. He's going to the grave with this.
All
PlayStation.
right. Let's go on to news story number 3. I think who put this in here? Gen Z ruins everything. Who put that in here?
That was Jose, and I don't know.
Then let's skip it. We're skipping it. Skipping
Sure.
it. Chance, what's your news story that you wanted to talk about?
Well, I had the Microsoft teases more Halo news from
Skip
this
it.
October.
Let's hear about.
Their new Ghost Recon game will shortly move into internal alpha testing, says new report. I think they have been away from this game long enough.
Okay.
To
So
where
Ghost Recon. We need to talk about Ghost Recon. Who here has played Ghost Recon on the original Xbox with the original headsets?
Ooh, everybody. Would
Who
talk.
here
All right.
played Ghost Recon?
What do you mean
Advanced-
original headset?
The one where it went like sideways.
wrap
and
around
it
the
came
back.
out and it came
Well,
like
yeah,
this.
probably.
Xbox Live, right?
Yeah, I'm
was like-
sure I had to have. Yeah.
Who here played the fancy Future Warfare? Whatever. What was
Ugh,
it
I
called
played
on
it for like a
360?
di-
On
yes.
360. Who played that one on 360?
I hated that game.
Future Fight.
I don't even want to look it up. 'cause
Okay,
my
who
computer's
played the
missing.
the sequel to that
listen,
Ghost Recon?
I played it. It was terrible. I put it down after like an hour.
Who here played Ghost Recon Wildlands and got every achievement?
Right here, your boy.
Not every.
here-
I played the shit out of it.
Played Ghost Recon Breakpoint and got every achievement on Steam.
Time out. Who here pre-ordered Ghost Recon Breakpoint at the $130 version because of how great Wildlands was? And I think it was like a Lil Wayne commercial. I want to say like during it was during a Chiefs game, I swear. And I was like, I need this Ultimate Edition. It's gonna be incredible. And they had Sam
After
Fisher
Wildlands
and Terminator was coming. Yeah, I was like, this game, just like I did with Valhalla. I was like, it's going to be incredible. It can't get any better
Ubisoft
than
got
this.
your ass.
Breakpoint wasn't that good.
It was a struggle to get Bacon to play that.
I didn't hate it.
I didn't hate it. It was Chance, but here's the problem, Chance. We all played it way after the updates. Like where it's like no gear score, you can just do whatever. And I actually had a blast. I got every achievement fairly easy. Shout out to a friend of the show, Matt Valdez, who gifted it to me for Christmas a long time ago. I enjoyed it, but is it better than Wildlands? No. So going back to what you're saying, it's been too long. Talk to me about this new Ghost Recon.
Well, there isn't a ton of information about it right now, which I'm okay with. I am not going to pre-order this. I may or may not buy it, or who am I kidding? I'm not going to buy it day one. But I am excited, right? Because it says in 2022, Ubisoft canceled development on Ghost Recon Frontline a year after it was announced. It was meant to be a free-to-play battle royale spinoff with 102 players, but never saw the light of day. I'm like, that actually kind of excites me. We don't need another battle royale. What we need is some really good co-op PvE.
So that's what I was going to ask you.
That's
what I was going to ask you, Chance. What do you want out of this next Ghost Recon? What's going to make it better? Do you just want another Wildlands? Is that it?
Pretty much. And I think that's okay. In a different setting, one that doesn't cause all kinds of political, controversy over it. And maybe they do a made-up land like they did with Breakpoint again. But I put it on here because I am the worst possible person on the planet to do multiplayer games with, as I was scrolling past Chains of Freedom the other day, or Chained Together, not Chains of Freedom, Chained Together, that we bought to try and play.
Whatever happened to that, guys?
This could get me back into it. If it's 4-person team and the nerd chat needs to jump in and do a run together, I think I'd be excited for it.
By the way, anybody listening who has not played Wildlands, it's in Game Pass. Go play it. It is a great, and especially it is a great co-op game too, if you want. But even if you play it solo, you'll have AI teammates who are actually really good in that game. Go play Wildlands.
They're a little too good. But it's so satisfying when you just
it's fun.
Click on all the guys and you're like, go, and you just use. I loved it.
Todd, any experience with Ghost Recon for you?
I don't play well with others. I don't play well online. So no, I need games that carry me PvE. That's why I love Destiny.
This is all PvE.
Yeah. But
I
like
Todd, you never played Wildlands?
Wildlands.
I think I played the demo, and you could like deploy the drones and things like that,
and mark people and fly around in the helo parachute.
A little bit, yeah.
Todd, if you like Destiny and Division, I don't know, man.
And after a while, just being able to like you said, call in a helo. You're like, hey, here, I want to go over there. Great, call a helicopter, jump in it, fly it over there. That game let you do what you wanted to do, whatever it was, and it never felt like it was punishing you for trying to do something outrageous. It knew what it was, and
it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I love Gears co-op. I love Halo co-op. I love those style of games. But I'm not very good at realistic games.
You play Wildlands with friends, you'd enjoy it.
Yeah. Bacon, any closing thoughts on this alpha? Are you excited for?
Yeah, absolutely. If it's more like Wildlands, me and Deja Vu, my little brother, played the crap out of that game. My brother was always the chopper pilot and pulling people out of cars and jacking their cars and changing the radio station and chasing down a convoy.
Yep.
It was great. I like more realistic mil-sim shooters.
Me too.
The customization was so underrated.
It was really good too. Yeah.
It was incredible. There was
Todd, you gotta play Wildlands, man. I'm telling you.
If you just like a military look, like if you like to strap a guy in camo and all kinds of different colors of camo, that game's for you. And
I
like
mean, I like
12
playing,
different
I like playing
backpacks.
COD. I mean, I like the campaigns.
Problem with Call of Duty though, none of their skins
I
have
know,
anything to
that's
do with
so
the
good.
military.
Beavis
I
and
know.
Butthead now.
Dude,
Yeah.
the Beavis and Butthead skins look cool. Everyone's like trashing. I'm like, I think it looks hilarious.
They're not
I'm
very
also
hard to
an
make cool, are they? I mean, they don't have a lot of detail.
Old boomers, but
Can
shout
you
out to
be
Game
Portfolio?
Positive. Welcome
Yep.
to the Nerd Chat. And De Niro Primero said, I have a topic that'll take 10 seconds. Is Game Pass sustainable? Answer yes.
He also remembers watching Dan stream Wildlands. Nice.
No, I was streaming Breakpoint. That's what I was. That was actually funny, because we were on like a harder difficulty. Diego getting blasted on Breakpoint. So I think Ghost Recon is a great series, and definitely if you've not played Wildlands, I can't recommend it enough. Todd, I think
do you
if
guys
you're
trust
ever in the mood
Ubisoft,
for
though?
a shooter, huh?
Do you
What'd you
trust Ubisoft though?
Yes,
they
they
have,
still make good games. Yes.
But they don't make many these days, and
Who
it takes
cares?
forever.
We
that's
need
a
less
good
games.
thing, I think. Yeah.
Yes,
and I
that's a
think
good thing.
While I haven't played Shadows yet, I think a lot of people were really pleased with the way it kind of pulled things back together. I'm excited for this. I'm as someone who
I am too,
loved
Chance. I'll be there with
Wildlands
you day one.
and didn't think Breakpoint was as bad as people thought it was. I'm excited.
One request. I need it to come out on Xbox PC app. I don't want to buy this on Steam. If I can buy these games on Xbox PC, I'd like to continue to contribute to my
I think they
achievement
would
score.
with their relationship with Ubisoft. You'd have to figure that's going to be a thing.
Are other games from Ubisoft for sale?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. all
Yes.
kinds of
Yes.
them.
And the Assassin's Creed, I was mad. Assassin's
Shadows?
Creed
Is
Shadows just came
Okay.
to
did it?
Xbox.
Steam?
I thought it came to. Hold on. I thought that was announced that it was. Oops. Nope. Don't want to do that.
Let's see here.
Let's alive. Great podcasting right here, guys.
Yeah.
Shadows. I thought it was coming.
You can buy Origins, Odyssey,
It is. It's right
Valhalla,
here.
Far Cry 4.
Yep, right here. Buy $70 AC Shadows on PC app, Xbox PC. So
Okay.
Yep, there it is.
I'm gonna ask the question: does it play anywhere?
Well, it would.
I think
Wouldn't it have to?
Not
Damn
necessarily.
it. Yeah, you're right. Let's.
the thing with Ubisoft, Todd, is it might make you do the Ubisoft launcher, and you know what?
You're not going to get achievements, Dan, anyway.
Yep, I don't see Achievos on this.
Really?
That's what I'm talking about.
What?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right too.
Assassin's
Yeah.
Creed Shadows is confirmed to
It's just-
support Xbox Play Anywhere.
It's the same as
Well, if
all
it's
the
Play Anywhere,
Blizzard
then it
games.
has achievements. Then it does. Somebody get to the bottom of that. Someone in the chat, look this
It
up. We
makes
gotta
no
get to the bottom of this.
sense. I don't
Freight Conductor
understand.
said Ghost Recon Advanced.
Dwarf.
Yeah, that was it. That was
No.
the worst.
What
that
is
was
it?
the absolute worst. Advanced War Fighter.
Advanced Warfighter, you're right. That's what it was. Advanced
the
Warfighter was crazy because
War.
there was one version of that game on OG Xbox and a totally different one on 360.
What
Game
about
Positive.
it?
Ubisoft
Non-cross-gen ports, right? Like
Ubisoft released 8 games last year, not counting mobile games. Yeah, I
what are
still
those games.
enjoy the occasional Ubisoft game, you guys. They made good things. I think they're still capable. I still have a little bit of faith in Ubisoft. So I'm glad you brought that up, Chance. That does have me excited. I miss
Yeah,
a good
I
Ghost
mean,
Recon.
yeah.
Also wish we had that Division game.
Oh, God, I love the
I
Division.
liked
Here's-
Division.
Todd, you asked, here's the 8 games. Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown, Skull
There you
and
go.
Bones, X Defiant, Star
yeah.
Wars Outlaws,
Yeah,
Assassin's Creed Shadows, and my list ran out.
that's pretty good.
Man,
That's pretty
that
good.
was a
Those are big
those
games, too.
Yeah,
big
exactly.
games, but not many of them performed well. Like Prince of Persia was dumped. Rogue Prince of Persia came out. X Defiant is essentially
Dead.
dead.
Yeah.
I mean, even the Star Wars game way underperformed, which was a shame.
It's
'cause now
pretty
a big
good
game.
there. I hear that game's good too. I'll buy that eventually on sale on Xbox PC if it's there. All right, guys. Chance, did you want to talk about the IO stuff, or we kind of talked about?
I mean,
it
we
last week?
kind of, we talked quite a
okay.
bit about it. There isn't anything necessarily new here other than I just want to reiterate how cool I think it is that these guys are like, let's not reinvent the wheel. When we're doing a sequel, let's utilize all the amazing stuff we've already done and make this cheaper. There is no reason this should be more expensive than the last game if we do it in a way that takes from the last game. Like, I totally understand if you're going, if it's like Final Fantasy 15 to 16, even then, I think you could probably steal a lot. Not steal, it's yours to take, but I don't know. No, nothing Nothing entirely new.
Bacon, can we move on to our new segment sponsored by Mamitas?
Let me see what I got for that.
Oh, I have it.
There you go.
Shut the up, Gary.
Okay. Shut up going to Bubble Boy here. Bubble Boy, we got a lot of traction. We got some comments on your short on saying Andor, and I can't believe I'm saying this. Rogue One is the greatest Star Wars movie ever made. Here are some comments. Sorry. Rogue One is amazing, said Ethan Superbrand B1B. But rewatching it makes me cry every time. Christian Porter 3638. Heresy, but I'll allow it. If you think it's better than
Jar Jar Binks.
What's ESB? Oh, Empire Strikes Back. Return of the Jedi. I've never seen it written like that, I'll be perfectly honest.
Yeah, no,
or Episode 3. You're on some Disney Kool-Aid, brother. I don't know about the Episode 3, but the other two, I agree. Those are way better.
I have the high ground.
Anakin! It's over!
You are the chosen one. You were supposed to bring balance to the Force.
I hate sand. Oh.
Bendo Bear.
Bend over.
Bend over, you're right. TF, that is not best show or movie at all. It's
subjective.
Only the best of the Disney era. I'm sorry, Bubble Boy. I kind of agree with these guys. It might be the best of the Disney era.
It's not.
But nothing beats Return of the Jedi, Empire Strikes Back. Episode 3, no, it's better than that.
So you read a couple before you get to the rest, because Todd, you're not like a massive Star Wars guy, right?
There's more?
I thought you said there was.
No,
I am a hardcore old school Star Wars.
Thank you.
And I've really appreciated some of the newer stuff. My heart lies with the original trilogy, but to be honest, the best made, best directed, and best acted Star Wars are Rogue One and Andor.
Woohoo! There you go.
But it doesn't feature a lot of the parts that people like. Jedi.
It doesn't offer anything.
A lot.
So I get that.
I wouldn't say a lot. I would say the Jedi, and that's about it.
It's not. It doesn't have any. I would say it lacks fun and whimsy because it's not a fun show. It's not. So it's about the imperialism. What
I'm
it does
with
to
you,
Ewoks.
Todd.
Yeah, it was missing Ewoks. I'll give you that.
But Star Wars is at a point where it can be more than just one thing. Which is
I agree. I completely agree, Todd. But I'm just saying what makes Star Wars special to me is the Jedi, is the Sith, is that light versus.
It's a trillion times better than Solo.
Oh
yes.
Well, sure.
It is the lightsabers,
but this is the only Star Wars thing I feel like if it didn't have the name Star Wars on it, people would say this is amazing. So a lot of Star Wars stuff, if you took the name off of Star Wars, would be like,
interesting.
What is this nonsense?
I can't comment on Andor. I haven't seen it yet. I'm just talking about Rogue One.
Bro.
So.
I would say the first 4 episodes are kind of a slog.
I'm telling you, I was lost. I was like, what the heck is going on?
Spent a lot of time doing
told you to keep
things.
watching.
Yep, which I did, and thank God.
Episode 5 is where it goes.
Yeah, you need to watch it, Dan.
Shout out to 1 Hour One Decision. How does Todd keep getting on this side? I don't know, Chris. We permabanned him.
Chris,
many times.
he must have your email hacked because we sent the email to you asking you to come on, and somehow Todd showed up.
Yeah, I don't know
Chris
what
know
happened.
that he has to be an intern first.
Shout out to Chris, 1 Hour One Decision. By the way, also huge nerd chat shout out. I forgot to mention this earlier. Shout out to FR8 Conductor. He gifted us.
Who? Hold on.
You choose me?
Freight Conductor has generously gifted us another code for a giveaway. And that code is for the highly controversial Expedition 33 on Xbox, PC, Play Anywhere. So we will be making a short to give that game away. Shout out to Freight Conductor. I believe someone else gave us something else too. Did Chris give us something too? Did 1 Hour One Decision?
I want to say yes.
Chris, did you give us a game too? For a giveaway?
Here. But Jose said let's not do them all at the same time, which is
okay. Never mind. I resend that last guy. We only one game.
We can still shout the guy out.
De Niro, you should, even though it's on Game Pass.
Dear God, people.
Dan is mad that there are no savers. Yes, Eric.
Oh,
That's a
Emotionless
key-
Taco donated a code for
Oh,
Civ
shout
7.
out to Emotionless
Oh,
Taco.
yeah.
That was it. Emotionless Taco.
Oh, yeah.
Code for what was it? Age was
Civ
it age?
7.
Civ
Civ
7. Also play
Joe
anywhere.
wants that. Ooh, Joe does want that.
Well, Joe's gonna have to enter the contest
he
like
does
everybody
not
else.
He'd have to like
Say-
our channel, and he doesn't like our channel, and then he'd have to like comment on the
You have to
short.
also
Chris said he-
share it. You have
Chris
to
said
make
he
the
gave us
trophies
his
public.
soul.
Joe doesn't watch anything we do, so
Whatever.
Did we offend Todd? Was it?
Todd left. So yes, guys, we will be doing giveaways. We're at 400. We're what?
431.
431 because we are
We're only
69 away.
69. Nice subscribers away from 500. By the way, guys, I was doing some reflection about the channel, about the show, about the content recently, about how I'm going to pass it on and start my PlayStation podcast. But besides that,
The PlayStation he says he doesn't like, and he's questioning why. He
dude,
owns it.
oh my god, it's insane how much better Titanfall is on my ultra wide. Like it's crazy. Like I was just
Ultra
like,
wide
what was
makes
I doing?
everything better.
So I was reflecting about the content, and Jam Pack Sam recently leaving Project X Talk with Kevin. He was showing his stats, you guys, on his shorts compared to his normal YouTube videos. It's insane how much people engage. The shorts are what's getting us subs.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And it's like, how do we maximize more of that content and getting more
We need to make
subscribers through that?
we need to make shorts of shorts. So like 3 seconds long. That's all the more Gen Zoomers can.
I'm just
handle
saying
most
we've
of the time.
we've had many years where we were neglecting the Zoomers with our short content, and I blame myself. I take responsibility.
Well, hell, we didn't start live streaming until I came on.
I knew, but even live streaming,
We talked
all
to
I'm
our
saying
peeps.
is that even I find myself I'll be like I'm like, what the hell am I doing? I'm gonna throw my phone away and I go
You
back
do?
to my video games.
That's rude.
And so I'm just, guys, I'm just saying.
Oh yeah,
maximize
Freight.
our
What happened to
shorts.
the Steam room?
I do like the Steam.
that's
room.
great.
I don't like this.
I gotta admit, that's a catchy-
That's Todd's show. So first of all, I can't steal that. And second of all,
Shirts option.
The thirst box.
I am just saying, I am very curious, Bacon, if we were to change the name of this and put
Yes.
a PlayStation and say a PlayStation podcast and just see what our subscriber count would do if we just changed
We'd
it to a
have to
blue
talk nice
logo
about it, though.
and put PlayStation. I'm just saying, or even put a PlayStation and Xbox podcast. I'm just saying,
I mean, we do.
do we
play
want to grow the
PlayStation.
channel?
We do.
Because Xbox is dead.
We gotta get that Patreon going to help pay for
is
this
that
$500
Chapo?
software.
What up, Chapo?
The
Todd in
nerd
front?
chat said the shorts are helping, but they are time and and that's the other thing. It's all time intensive, and that's what I was saying, Jose. Is that Jam Pack Sam? When he showed me those numbers, I was like blown away. Go ahead, Todd.
I have a suggestion. The nerd chat. Play anywhere.
Oh,
Because you're playing anywhere, right? You're
I
on
do.
ROG, Switches,
I
you're on
do.
and it's a nod
kind of
to
like
Xbox Play
that.
Anywhere.
Dude.
It's an Xbox.
Yeah,
nod.
but people aren't going
a
to know
subtle
what the
nod.
play anywhere means.
It means you can play anywhere. What do you- how dumb is our audience, Stan?
I'm just saying, like,
You guys are all.
are we
brilliant.
sure we don't want to go
Not
for
dumb.
the players?
For the payers.
I know, but
I Play Anywhere is pretty.
it is good, Todd. I mean, either way, we're changing the name. It's not going to be an Xbox podcast anymore. But I don't know. I'm just throwing some guys
chat
out there.
plays.
Dinero
The nerd
Primero
chat
said,
plays.
bash Xbox and you guys will boom. I'm telling you, Diego, we just got to start
Fire
trashing
Phil
them.
Spencer. Fire Sarah Bond.
I'm just saying, Bacon, don't be surprised one of these days when that logo down there is changed and I just changed everything on our YouTube and on our Twitter.
we
And
need to
I'm
embrace.
just-
We need to embrace the PCMR guy, the guy
No,
with the hair and the meme.
no, people
Yeah.
like PCMR elitists. I disagree, Bacon. I don't see that's where the growth is. Anyway, Freight
Bacon,
Conductor,
you've been
Nerd Chat
asked-
is very platform agnostic name. Anyways, I know I like the
Dude,
name.
no,
It's
I
a
like
PC.
Play
I don't
Anywhere.
like a PC podcast. Freight Conductor. I thought about that. A
Play
gaming-
Anywhere.
I love
Gentle
Play
Stone.
Anywhere.
I thought a gaming podcast too. I'm just curious if we just changed it to PlayStation. I'm just saying. I just have a feeling.
De Niro wants me to do my Tim Dog impression. Oof.
De Niro, just drop the OMG. Just drop the tagline and call it the Nerd Chat. Yeah,
Well, there's more nerd chats out there, though.
there is.
Is
There's
there?
one other,
Yeah.
but ours is the best.
Are
Anyway,
we the number one
SOE.
rated nerd chat titled podcast in the nation?
Yes, we are.
Oh,
Number.
you got
I actually,
that
I got.
feather,
I actually got an email. I should share it with you. I'll share it to you a little later. But let's move
Is it
on.
a cease and desist?
No, let's move on to what have we been playing and or watching. I have a lot, you guys, because despite my anger towards Xbox, I've been gaming. And I have a lot to say about some video juegos. But Todd, your guest, start us
Video
off.
eggs?
What have you been playing?
You say video
So
Juegos games.
Juegos, yeah. You gotta play Juegos with balls. Pelotas. Okay, there you go. Don't play with your balls. Here we go. I have finally completed South of Midnight.
Ooh, yeah.
A game that
Game of the
has
year
so
right now
much-
for me, Todd.
No, it's not.
it
Not even
has
close.
so much going for it.
It does.
I hope this studio can refine some things that it struggled
I hope
with.
it survives.
Sure.
I do too. Yeah, after the We Happy Few and this, hopefully this will get another chance on PlayStation and it'll sell well elsewhere. But this game
It
has
will.
so much going for it in tone, presentation, music, background, touching stories. I mean, it's amazing where they've gone as a studio. I had some issues with some small things, but those are things they can tweak. I mean, just like any team doesn't get better in the first time. Look what Naughty Dog started off and where they ended up. And that's how studios get better. I think this is a great game. If you have
Ace
Game Pass,
Todd.
you have nothing to lose. It's not a long game. It's pretty amazing. It's not too tough. I think there's only 2 to 3 bosses.
There's 3 main ones and then like a swarm. Yeah.
But it's got great platforming too. That's my favorite part of the
Yes.
game, I think, in regards to that.
And
Don't
cool
love the
little
combat.
exploration, Todd. Do you have as big of a problem with the combat as Bacon, where he wants to turn it off because he hates it?
It's just
He loathes
repetitive.
it.
It's just repetitive. I
It
feel
is.
like I'm not exactly doing anything different. Skill tree's pretty basic, and even things that I feel like are basic mechanics are put on cooldowns. That's, to me, I feel like it's
I didn't think the cooldowns was that big of a deal that you guys were making it out to. I
but
didn't
it
even
kinda
notice it.
limited my fun with it. It'd be like, certain games putting things in
Todd,
gold.
wait. I have to interrupt.
Yeah.
I have to go beat my child. He's right behind me. I'll be right back.
Good job. Yeah. Put him in that child prison you just built, Dan.
Did you ever
Alligator
consider playing no combat mode?
I thought it did break up some of the flow. Like a lot of games, you need something to break
Yeah.
up the flow,
Jeez.
which is fine. But I think it's a game where if you are not great at combat, the story is great. Nissa's really a big fan of this game, so
Yeah.
I highly recommend it. And like I said, it's not long. Although I had broken away from, and then after that, I went back to Doom. And wow, when you play something that's not much of a challenge, you go back into Doom. Holy crap, I completely forgot how to play. I was trying to beat bosses with the wrong weapons. My son's
Yeah.
like, yeah, just use a super shotgun. I'm like, but I want to try the other things, and they're not as good. So
I barely used that.
really?
Yeah.
Okay, my son was
They
like
use the
all about the super
plasma
shotgun.
plasma rifle almost exclusively.
I was just using the chainball because I thought it looked so cool. That's the thing.
Yeah.
They have a lot of cool weapons, like the projectile gun where you throw in the skulls and shoot it. The game has such amazing imagination that I love it to pieces. The Rock'em Sock'em robots, okay. The flying portions are okay, but I love that Doom doesn't care. So really love Doom. I did play him more on Switch too. And Bacon, I was telling you about this case. This is a really good case. Basically, very minimal. You can change out the grips, and it doesn't block the stand. So, been playing on that. I tried out Super Mario Strikers. Just came to NSO on the GameCube. That game is a ton of fun.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm really enjoying that system. I'm so excited for Donkey Kong. And Dan, I've been selling all my original Switch games and been
Sorry.
making bank on those. So
Did
what
you
is
see
going
De
on?
Niro's? Sorry.
All right, shout out. I'm back. De Niro Pereira said CPS does nothing. I called ICE this time. Oh,
Okay.
That was the one.
Freight conductor said, "Is that who built the child prison in the backyard?" Speaking of child prison, Grayson, what's in the backyard? Tell everybody. Say hi to Todd first.
Oh, hi, Todd.
Hello.
He said hello.
Yes, I dubbed it the child prison.
So yeah, Todd. I'm not going to repeat that. Todd, go. Grayson, what do we got in the backyard?
Our jungle
pony.
gym.
A jungle gym. Or what was the addition to it that we added?
trampoline.
Fort on the top.
It's a pretty cool fort, you guys. I'm not
Oh.
lying. It took many
And it only took
days.
him 73 hours to
Bacon,
build.
did you
You're
see it in
lucky,
the chat, in the
kid.
nerd chat Discord? Go check it out. Shout out to Bacon. Bacon originally helped me move and construct some of it and do the finishing touches. Bacon was there, but I did everything with this dang fort. Had to disassemble that 1/3 Bacon and put it together. It's pretty cool. So shout out to Grace, and I'm gonna go slap him and put him to bed. Good night.
Good job. Other than that, big shout out to Nissa. She's been a big fan of this show called K-Pop Demon Hunters.
Oh,
It's on
goodness.
Netflix now. It's by Sony. Sony Animation makes it. It's so fun. The music's banging. It's super funny. They nailed this. The art style, just kind of like you have some of those shows or movies like Spider-Verse and things like that.
Yeah.
And then they add in the anime aesthetics of like the over crazy expressions, the goofiness, and the fact that the demons that face them down decide they're going to be with their own game, and they get a demon boy band. And it's just
perfect.
really well done. The music's great. It's on Netflix right now. I would highly recommend it.
Speaking
it's
of that
really
art style, did you turn off the stop motion on South of
I
Midnight,
didn't
or
touch
did you leave it on?
It didn't bother
Yes,
me.
you left
It
it
Yeah,
on.
I kept it on the whole time too. Didn't notice it either.
It was really cool. Other than that, the last thing I recommend is I finally watched the bonus episode of Sandman season 1. If you don't know what Sandman is, it's an amazing comic book series by Neil Gaiman, who's like J.K. Rowling's in a lot of trouble, but it's a great standalone episode that deals with mythology and writer's inspiration. It's really, really good, really awesome. Opens with an animated story, and then it changes over to basically it's about an author that has captured a Greek muse and basically is keeping her there to inspire himself for stories. It's a great story. Season 2 just dropped. Check it out if you really like good stories.
Chris said it was great too. And my neighbor Tony loves it. So I've heard great things.
Very nice. Bubble Boy, go ahead. Since fill us in on what you've been playing since you apparently had to take a break, or you're going to go onto your PC.
So I'm taking a break from the Al. I moved it over to the PC just to. Part of me is like, it's not fair to the other games that this is the first one I'm playing on the PC at a buttery smooth 90 frames per second with ultra settings on everything. Damn, it looks good. It looks so good. Which of course it did, right? It was going to. I didn't ever doubt that. What I've been really impressed with, so I have part of my rubric, one of the things is gameplay innovations. And so I literally write down everything that wasn't in the previous game or the previous couple of games that they did new in the next one. This is one of the biggest lists so far, and that doesn't necessarily mean it's the best just because they have the most different innovations, but like I'm going through and some of these other ones don't even have a full box. Like I have all the boxes the same.
What is so much different from Origins?
So they have that mercenaries mode, which is one of the things I want to talk about. I'm not going to say all of it. That is the closest thing that I've seen to the oh my god, why am I drawing a blank? The Lord of the Rings, the Mordor game, Shadow of Mordor. What was that called? The Nemesis system. Is it my favorite thing? No, but it's a kind of cool system, this mercenaries thing. The way the Spartan and Athenian war goes, and you kind of have to level things out before you can jump into certain areas. I think that's cool, and the battles that happen in each of them. The exploration mode, if you remember, Goose had a friend that helped develop this game, and he was saying they were really, really excited about this. That exploration mode adds a lot of just a different gameplay mechanic, right? And so what you get is you get usually 2 clues as to where you're supposed to head next, and then you use the map to figure out where it is. It's never hard. It never takes all that much time, but it's just an extra little kind of puzzle to do throughout it that is really seamless in the way they do it, because you ask for like 2, not hints, but usually it's like you have like 2 white options you can pick from, and then the yellow one that's like, hey, I'm gonna go start this mission, and the white ones tell you, oh, it's south of this shark's hideout, and the next one's like, oh, there's a bunch of trees around it. So then you go and you use Icarus, I forget the bird's name, to go and scout the area out. It is extremely I think that is such a really cool tiny thing to do. And then this was the first one that had actual RPG story choices. I think most people nowadays don't really understand what RPG means and what a role-playing game is. I think they think, oh, it has levels, so it must be an RPG, or oh, there's like this skill tree, so it must be an RPG. And that's not really what RPGs started as or truly are. It's a role-playing game where you choose how that character is going to be. And this has it. There are some major choices you can make with consequences, and there's minor choices with consequences. And I think that's kind of cool. So again, not that they're all the greatest innovations, but there's a ton of them different from Odyssey. Todd?
So it's interesting you say that, because recently, I know, Bacon, you loved Baldur's Gate 3. You loved Expedition 33. Dan, you love FF16 because of all the cutscenes. No, just kidding. But then we have this game as an RPG. And do you feel like that? Because I know a lot of JRPGs, they don't really. They feel the story is very streamlined. You don't really make decisions. You just play through. You develop your character.
Mm-hmm.
So is that what you like? Is that what you guys like with your decisions matter, like a Mass Effect?
Oh,
Yeah, I'm more of the,
like
I like
that.
the Mass Effect.
I love that the decisions I made in Mass Effect 1 were there for 3. That was
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mass Effect's the only game where I actually felt like
right.
my decisions mattered.
I
And
mean,
as
some of
far
the
as,
ones
like,
I made in Dragon Age, I felt were there near the end, but not to the level of Mass Effect.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm more like that. But I see what you're saying, Todd. I think RPG is a very, like you said,
It's
Overused
such
term,
an
yeah.
overused term. Yeah, for sure. And there's one, like, because this isn't a spoiler.
Like, I
at
wouldn't
all.
even think about it in Odyssey, to be perfectly honest. Like, and I got every achievement in Odyssey, and I don't remember anything.
So I'm going to tell you one right now that I think is really cool, because I remember this happening, and this will be the third time
Dragon
I
Age,
played it
yeah,
on
good one.
PlayStation. I played it on Xbox, and now I'm
Yeah,
playing
dude,
it on
you did
Steam.
everything with. You love Odyssey.
There is a mission at the very beginning of the game where you have to choose. There's this family that has this sickness, and you have to choose to help them or not help them. If you help them, which seems like the right thing to do, they prosper and their sickness spreads. And the next time you go back to that island, the island is like decimated. And does that change the game? No, it has nothing to do with like the outcomes or the difficulty or anything like that. But it's just a really cool. It's a real life situation that usually has no win, right? Like those are both losses. You have to turn your back on this family that you're supposed to be helping, or condemn the entire island to the sickness they have. So it's just little things like that. So
yeah.
it's I again, not predetermining, but I think there's a reason I played it this many times. So
You're saying doing something good is a bad thing.
Yes, Todd. No good deed goes unpunished. Absolutely, man. Absolutely, that is true in the real world. And then I don't know if anybody noticed. Has anybody noticed what I've been playing on my Xbox up in my room? Anybody? No?
Power Wash Simulator.
No, but 2's coming out, my friends. Can't wait for that. I have been playing College Football 25 because
that's not on PC Game Pass yet.
Nope, sure isn't. I got the
That
treadmill out.
sucks.
Yep. What do you got there? Oh, the Spartans.
Sparty.
No, they're not even.
Sparty
I don't
on,
even
dude.
think, are
From
they in that
Minnesota.
game,
What the
Todd?
heck?
I think they took them out.
I went to Michigan State. My son's a Gopher.
Okay.
My
dad was a
father-in-law
Spartan.
be-
A fighting gopher.
My dad was a Beaver.
I don't.
How is it, Chance? Are you enjoying it? Does it feel like the good old days? Or you're like,
Yeah, I
Great
mean,
game.
yes and no. Like it's great for what it is. There are some. I mean, I haven't played a Madden game in probably 5 years, and
Yeah.
I'm like sitting there hitting the Y button to try and intercept passes. It doesn't do anything, from what I can tell. I don't know what you can like swat at passes with.
You mean the
X.
triangle button?
The Y button. You can swat at passes with X, but like the right bumper doesn't do it swatting like it used to. So
mean
there are
R1?
some. Daniel, goodness gracious. I'm having fun though, and you'll
Good.
be
I'm
proud
glad you're
'cause
playing it.
Guess who I'm at the helm of?
See you, Buffs.
CU Buffs, baby.
Let's go Buffs. I mean,
Yeah.
beautiful
Yeah.
stadium. One of the best.
Who are
stadiums
you?
in
Who's your
America.
quarterback?
Well, Shadur, because it's the first
Yeah,
season.
what's
Literally
what's
just-
That's
Shadur's,
right, they're
what's
included, right?
Shadur's draft status now?
Oh, it's low. It's about probably where it is in real life because I throw pick after pick. It's either touchdown or interception. Like, because I'm just feeding it to Travis Hunter the whole time. And
That's gotta be fun. I thought about I'll probably check it out too. Chance.
So what sucks? Hold on, Todd. So because
I wish that would be a great ally game right there.
Can't. And here's why I thought of it, right? Because I was sitting there and my wife, bless her heart, probably called me fat at one point in the last week, and I was like, well, I need a game that I can play on the treadmill. Because I tried that Predator game and it's too much. I fell off the treadmill. I was like,
no, you need a game you could play on a bike. Stationary bike.
I played almost all of Valhalla on a stationary bike.
Yeah, there you go.
But whole thing, blah blah. The Xbox is in the room. I was like, well, that game isn't very complicated. I'm not like thinking a whole lot while I'm playing that game, and it's working perfect. I haven't fallen off the treadmill. I've skipped a couple. I've been like, whoa. And it's always when I'm on a breakaway run and I have to do a spin move at the last minute or something. But it is worth your time if you have an Xbox and enjoy anything college football or just football in general. It's fun. It's cool.
Frankendarcher says college football 26 comes out in 2 days. Frankendarcher, is that coming to PC finally? Because what's up with that?
No. And
that is crazy because Madden is on PC. Like I don't understand that.
Tell you the amount of ads that I get in that game every time I log in. Hey, did you know 26 coming out? Hey, 26 coming out. Hey, did you know 26? But two other things about it because I think they're important. It does say Boulder, one of the most, God, what's the announcer say? I've heard it like 10 times already. He's like, one of the most picturesque sights you'll ever see on the entire planet or something like that.
Flatirons are right there.
That he says.
It's incredible. Does it look good?
It looks great. It looks really good. And here's a crazy thing. I've only been to like 3 or 4 CU games. They have the visitors section in the exact right spot.
They're good about that.
Hey, that takes a lot of.
They do that
that's
right.
Pretty impressive. Down, in that.
Boulder's
looking
in
at
that one corner,
that left corner. Yeah. So I thought that was cool. One possible bad news, and Todd.
Wait, does it show Ralphie? Is the Ralphie run out good?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep. That one's great. No, this is a me problem, and Todd will appreciate it because he's tried to help me with it. So in my Dynasty League coming up, I have the number 2 overall pick. Ashton Genty's obviously going to be off the table. I have to choose between Travis Hunter and Omari and Hampton. And this game makes me want to pick Travis Hunter so bad, even though I'm certain he's not the right pick, even though I think he probably is. I feel like I got to go Travis Hunter now because
if it's a dynasty league, you had to play a long game.
I know.
It sucks. Yeah.
So and obviously anything he does on defense is just going to make me cringe every time I see it. But so
Eric also has an update. No EA NHL games on PC. Yeah, that's dumb. It's dumb.
It doesn't make. I don't understand it.
Fix that, EA. Guys, I'll go a little bit right now before I toss it over to
May I ask
Bacon.
a question, Dan, really quick?
Go ahead.
So I don't know if you talked about it. You saw the news that NCAA basketball is getting a new release. What do you think of that?
Yeah. I think it's smart.
No reason.
Yeah, but isn't 2K coming back too? So they're gonna have a competitor.
Do they have the license?
We'll see. I'm not gonna talk about that until we see more of it. But I mean, cool. But let's see. I don't know. EA hasn't made a good basketball game in forever, so that's what I would say to that.
Yeah, Live 17 was great.
Yeah, exactly. 9 years ago. So quickly, what I have been playing, I've been gaming, you guys. I've finally. So here we go. I never did this. South of Midnight. I beat in June 2025. PC Game Pass, 16 hours, 1,000 out of 1,000. My 151st completed game. Loved South of Midnight for its unique personality, amazing art style, atmosphere, interesting story, characters, fun and simple combat. The boss battles were a highlight for me as well. Having said that, I can see the critiques with the lack of enemies, the combat encounters, and non-evolving gameplay. But for $40, I think it's fairly priced. Must play on Game Pass, like Todd said. 8 out of 10 for me. Maybe a 7.5. I hope we see more triple or double A single player games like this with a 10 to 20 hour play time. Yes. I look forward to Compulsion's Games' next project, but they're probably going to get shut down. Number 16, the 16th game I beat this year. Claire Obscure Expedition 33, July 2025, PS5 Pro, purchased at full price. 42 hours, platinum, number 43. Sandfall should be commended for their debut title. Solid combat, solid music, Solid story. The prologue next 1 through 2 were amazing. Although I didn't agree with the story after that point, I respect this game greatly. A solid 8.5 out of 10 for me. Only because I felt everything was wasted after a certain point in the game. I don't think I'll ever play this game again, and I think that says something. Still, a 2025 Game of the Year contender for me. Guys, I hate it after a certain act. I just felt like it was such a waste.
Hate it.
The more I think about it, especially going back and finding journals that I didn't, dude, I was so happy to be done with this Chance by the time at the end of the platinum, especially grinding and like some of those. Simon, I was like, I don't even care. I'm one-shotting him. I'm over this. I was over
Did you
it.
do that? Oh yeah,
Mael is, dude, Mael is super OP. I was using her all the time. Todd, go ahead. You had a question before my next one.
For those who have not, my son hasn't finished it, but he's like, he's bad at finishing games, but he's right there, and he was showing me what he was doing. It was amazing. But there's some bosses, like this one boss was like one shot killing him, and he was a glass cannon. Like literally, he was like no defense.
I had offense. 0 points, into my vitality.
So for someone who has not played these games, what changed in that third act in a non-spoilery way?
It's strictly all story related, and that's all I'll say. And I can't say anything more than that. I just disagree with where the story went. And Hogue, I usually don't agree with Hogue on a lot of things.
You usually don't. This is great.
I completely agree with him on his spoiler cast on Last Stand Media, and then Brad Ellis and Colin were also feeling the same way as me. And I just think it's a combination of I've played a lot of RPGs, and I just didn't like where the story went. Colin is actually higher than it on Brad. Brad was just as down on it as I was, Bacon. Like, he's like, it didn't do anything special for me. He's like, I just wanted it to end, especially after a certain point in the game. It's either going to hit for you, Todd, or it's not. And I'm one of the ones where after a certain act, I was like, this just feels like a waste, and these people mean nothing to me. Ashes to Ashes, 8.5. I miss when D. Wally was a real gamer. All right, thanks, Ashes. I can have my opinion on the story, okay? Ashes. Again, Todd, if you are brand new to turn-based RPGs, I can see why people are loving this game and being blown away by it. But I felt like I've seen a lot of these elements in other games and parts of the story in other movies.
I can't watch Vanilla Sky for free. So
I'll let you borrow my 4K Blu-ray right there.
What am I going to do with that?
You have an Xbox that can play.
Oh, you're right. Oh, jeez.
No, so after the grind of getting the platinum, which I was just like, thank God this game is over and I can move on. I was like, I need a palate cleanser.
What? Hold on. Why'd you get the platinum then?
A spite. So
man, you and Bacon are like Spite brothers, man.
No,
gotta do it.
They are no. Bacon has a mission and a goal. If it is a PlayStation,
that's true.
Original first party game, he must get that. I support
Ashes.
that.
It's good. I wouldn't say it's amazing. It's worth playing, Todd. But keep your expectations in check if you have played a lot of RPGs, especially turn-based. If you haven't, then you're probably going to think this game's incredible.
South Park, I loved the last turn-based RPG games.
That was
South
great.
Park games.
And
it takes Final Fantasy VII.
It takes aspects of Stick of Truth directly. Like, okay.
Correct.
Amazing. I'm glad you like it, Ashes, okay?
It's an amazing
Thank you,
looking
Ashes.
game.
I
I
agree.
love that stuff.
I told Bacon I made a list.
Play a turn-based game.
Ashes, I made a list of 55 games that I think are better than this. And you can read that in our chat Discord. Join our Discord. You can see it. Actually, I didn't put that in the Discord. I'll put that in our Discord.
Yes.
So anyway, I needed a palate cleanser, guys. Did anyone see what I was playing on PlayStation 5 Pro also? And I've already beaten this game on Xbox before.
How would I see that you were playing it on?
You can see on Discord. You can see what I'm playing. But anyway, guys, Chance, you're going to appreciate this. Number 17 game that I beat this year. Far Cry Blood Dragon Classic Edition.
Yes.
July 2025, PS5 Pro. I bought it for $3 or $4, 5.5 hours, 100% trophies, no platinum because it's one of those games that doesn't have a platinum. Doesn't matter. This game is hilarious. If you have not played Far Cry Blood Dragon, It is a must play for shooter and over the top 80s action and comedy fans. I had a blast playing this game again, and I want to visit again on Steam
right?
down the road. The only negative I have, man, the performance was caca on the PS5 Pro, Bacon. It was absolutely, I don't know, heinous. It was just absolutely unacceptable. I would love to play it on PC. 8 out of 10. Highly recommend, guys. Everybody go play Far Cry. Chance, it was so funny. Like, I completely forgotten about it. The cutscenes. I was taking so many videos of it. I was like, this is incredible. So I feel so much better. I am loving it. After that, I'm like, what am I going to play now? I'm going to start Banishers. I saw you started that. I'm going to get to Banishers. But my other goal, another game that I'm excited to revisit, is The Walking Dead. It was also on sale for $12.
The Telltale?
The entire season, I have not played it front to back, and I'm so excited. I did episode 1. I'm starting with Michonne. That's kind of like a prelude, prologue anyway. So I'm just going to get through that, and I'm planning on streaming. I want to do one chapter or one episode a night. I'm really enjoying it because I forgot everything except for the first, the season 1 Chance. I know that, but like after that, I don't remember. And before that, I am so excited
puppy.
to do that. Good looking dog. So I am gaming. I am loving it. Shout out to Far Cry Blood Dragon. Shout out to Walking Dead. And I'm also going to start Banishers. That's my next one. Chance, go ahead.
I did forget, and I'm so sorry. So because I finished Curse of the Pharaohs top 5 DLC of all games of all time, along with Far Cry Blood Dragon. Absolutely.
So good. Oh my god, it's so good. You can buy it. It's like $15 or less. It's $15
You have
new
to
everywhere.
you have to have 3 though, don't you?
No,
it is not
the classic edition. I saw actually Todd Oxter was one of the players who played on PlayStation 2, and it was probably a PS Plus game. It's like its own individual release now, Chance. So you can buy it on Steam right now. I think it's on. I was going to rebuy it actually. It's like $3 or something.
Pop over here and
Dan, there's an animated series based on it.
No, maybe, but I haven't watched it.
There it is by the people who do Castlevania. It's pretty funny,
dude.
It's great. It's got Rayman in it. It's ridiculous.
The voice acting is phenomenal in this game. Like it has no right being.
There's Michael Biehn from Terminator in it.
$3.74. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm rebuying it on Steam as we
What's
speak.
this Trials of? Oh, that's the bicycle.
Yeah. Bacon, go ahead. What have you been playing?
All right, I am on chapter 11 or 12 of South of Midnight. There are things I love about this game, and there are things I just absolutely cannot stand about this game. Things I love, the story. I love the darkness of these stories. I like the music in every area or biome is related to the story. Oh, Tom ate a kid and run down the street, and it's all related. The problem with South of Midnight is you see the smoke or whatever, and you know that's a combat arena. You know you're going to jump into the combat arena. There's going to be 3 bad guys to start. You kill those 3, and there's going to be 3 more. Cleanse it and get out of there and move. Another thing I cannot stand are the chase sequences. At no point have I felt I was going to get eaten or gobbled up. They are super pointless at this point.
Yeah.
But I love the visuals. Some reason my game was stuttering like nobody's business last night. 60 frames to a 215, back to 4D, back to 2. I don't know if it was an update or something went wrong. I even was looking at my PC like, what is going on with this game? I'm sure it's something to do with Unreal Engine 5 because that's just Unreal Engine 5. But so I had to turn it off. The other thing that happened was my Kill Switch 2 showed up, and this case is absolutely extraordinary. So I decided to go out because I needed something for my cruise, and I went out and rebought Breath of the Wild again. This time I'm going to play it, I promise.
Bacon, I could have sold it to you.
I know.
It's updated or whatever, right?
Yeah, it's got this. It's got the Switch 2 version.
Because he's
so
a member.
Not achievements.
No, there are
achievements.
No, I know there's not achievements, right? That's what they're called.
The cool thing about this case is it has a spot on the top, the hard shell cover that holds your cartridges, so it's all with you. It's all self-contained.
I'm all digital, like Todd.
I got to be able to sell these things back. But if I cannot stop holding this in my hand right now. These grips on the kill switch feel absolutely phenomenal. And then they gave you
does it have back buttons?
No, but it gave you little things to put on the little extenders to put on your on your sticks to make them nice and big. So some of the big fat hands like me, I can't play a Switch just without anything on it. It's maddening to me, the hand cramps I get. So this is an absolute game changer. So I'm really looking forward to. And so I played through almost the whole first area of Breath of the Wild because my save was stuck on my last Switch. So I had to start all over again because cloud saves are not a thing apparently. Oh God! When are we going to get
NSO expansion pack?
Oh yeah.
Did you buy the Switch 2 version or did you buy?
No, I bought the Switch 1 and then the Switch,
and then got the expansion.
And then got
free.
The GameStop guy tried to sell me on that. And then again, guys, you got to stop throwing away your original covers and cases for your games. What? Why? How do you lose these? Why are there so many of these on the shelves?
Because of what you have. You have your little case that you're putting your little games in. They put it in that little carrier, and they get rid of that.
You can't put this.
They're throwing that away. Why are you keeping that?
Really?
I almost bought this.
I didn't, but when I gave mine to Grayson, I was lucky to find all of them. Because if you're a kid, you're not going to hold on to that crap.
I almost paid.
Yeah, thank you,
the
Todd.
Switch 2 version of this.
Hold on to your plastic cases, guys. As a 5-year-old,
even though I have the NSO, I almost double paid just to get the box art because this infuriates me. I don't understand why the dad doesn't grab that and go, I'm going to slide this in a drawer somewhere and be ready.
Because we're not hoarders.
Oh my, no, it's how much of a difference does it make? You're like, oh, cool. Oh, not cool. Not cool.
I wouldn't accept it like that, Bacon. I would have sent it right back. But like, nope.
Well, I went and picked it up in hand. I was like, I need this. But I bought 2 physical games and I'm an all digital guy.
Yeah.
So Switch 2 is dope.
You're going to regret that when you lose that Switch cartridge. I'm just saying.
It's not going anywhere in this.
Bacon doesn't have kids. He doesn't have to worry about that. Day.
Right.
Yeah. How's he gonna?
No, and it's
Bacon's
actually cool.
responsible.
I'm giving Breath of the Wild more of a chance, and I actually quite like it. It's shocking to me because when I played it, tried to play it the first time, I'd play it for like 20 minutes here, put it down for a month, and then pick it up. And there's a lot that's lost. And now that I'm actually just going to focus on this on my cruise, I feel like I'm really going to enjoy it. And that is all I've been playing. I finished watching The Bear season 4, incredible, and that's about it.
All right.
Bacon. Season 3, I stopped at the Christmas episode season 2 because that was a hard watch.
That was.
I heard 3 is not a great season, but 4 is
4 is phenomenal. 4 is phenomenal.
Nessa, he doesn't need one. He's got one on the back of his on his case on the kill switch. It has.
I just don't understand why are you throwing these away. Who throws these away?
No, I'm with you, Bacon.
He doesn't want the plastic case because then he needs a case that looks.
I need the cover art. I need everything.
Should return that. Yeah, exactly. He needs the cover art. He needs to just return that. Is exactly what I would do and buy a different used one.
Ooh, there you go. What I can't even tell what that was. What was that?
Bayonetta 3. Anybody want to
buy? Okay.
It's horrible on the Switch too. It runs at 40p, 60 frames per second. Why didn't fix the damn game?
480.
Ooh,
it's horrible.
Classic.
480.
But the good news is
Bayonetta 2 is amazing.
I can see the upgrades in the because I launched it originally without doing the Switch 2 download. So I started playing yesterday originally with just the standard Switch 1 version, and the Switch you can see the upgrades. I'm not going to go as far as Eric and say instant and obvious upgrades from the PS5 Pro, but there's definitely something there, so it's worth it if you have the NSO. So.
Ashes to ashes. That's like TI 84 resolution graphics. God, I love those things. Guys, let's close the show like we always do, Chance.
Wow. It's like there's a party in my mouth and everyone's invited.
With the best food we had this week. I'll go very quickly. Bacon, I need you to add 1 burrito, Chipotle burrito to the ticker, 1 pizza. Also, the best food, though, my shout out to my mom. It was her birthday weekend along with my aunt. They had an authentic, I was telling Diego, post this in the nerd chat, Mexican chef there who was making burgers and dogs, but he was also making these sopes. Chance, I don't know if you've ever heard of these or had these. They're
sopapilla?
No,
honey? It's
like a round
with honey,
like almost flour or corn like base, and it's got like a little hard edges, and you fold it up. Oh my god, it's like they're like tacos, only flat. Really is how I would describe it. Oh my god, Chance, I ate like 10 of them. I took 15 of them home.
Yeah.
It was hands
It would have
down.
been offensive not to with the guy standing right there.
Exactly.
Right?
And that's what I felt so bad. He was cooking so much food and the turnout wasn't very much. As much as they thought, there was so much extra food. So I was like, I'll take these off your hands. So shout out to the chef. for the best food I had this week. And also shout out to Allie. Just enjoyed delicious pork tenderloin, and I said the stuffing and broccoli with barbecue sauce on there was delicious. So Bubble Boy, what about you? Best food?
Well, I'm surprised, and I shouldn't be surprised after I heard what you said. My best food of the week, we sent a skeet and a tweet and I think all the things out about. I'm not gonna actually. I don't know. I'm not gonna get up like.
Yeah, sorry, mine beat what you're gonna say. It was
bend the knee here. We
come on, Chance, do it.
Daniel's patented Seattle.
He's bending the knee, folks.
It's Can I?
Chance is too short to do that.
Hey,
he is bending the knee on the Seattle style sriracha and cream cheese hot dogs.
Yes, it was tasty. I could see now if you don't like creamy things and cream cheese, you're not gonna like this at all.
But if you like cream cheese,
if you're like on the fence, just go light on the cream cheese, and it adds such a. Because like sriracha is not hot to me, like too hot or anything, but it's such a great, what's the word? It pairs so well with the sriracha. And the vehicle of the hot dog is just great. It was great.
And they didn't even have the full experience, guys, because you're supposed to have freshly diced jalapenos and onions, a whole other level. I'm just telling you right now. So shout out, Bubble. I think.
But yeah, and because shout out to Unky Bacon.
Shout out to Bacon. If you guys were in a Nerd Chat Discord, you'd see the pictures we were sending out of all of us on 4th of July. Shout out.
Yeah. So great fireworks.
Oh, by the way, also shout out to
host.
Bacon because he allows anyone to come stay at his place if you visit Colorado. It's a guarantee.
I'm coming.
And now
I'm going to the Air Force Academy. My friend's son is a cadet at the academy.
Oh, no shit. That's impressive.
Let us know, Todd.
You don't get to just get into that school.
No,
that is impressive.
I'm going to Red Rocks. I'm doing that. I'm going to Mile High Comics.
You got to listen.
Damn, Todd, you got to tell us.
This year.
He mentioned it.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Bacon, what about you?
Yes, I do believe that my sriracha hot dogs were the best food I've had this week.
Yes.
I can cook the hell out of some hot dogs, gentlemen.
Great job on the Traeger.
And I'm going to say I've never had that many people in my house at one time. I'm
Bacon was blasted, you guys.
I'm not. Oh, my God, I was trash. Apparently, after y'all left.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Apparently, after y'all left, I was still sitting outside drinking. And I just cracked a new one. And the wife was in the kitchen doing the dishes. Apparently, I just got up and walked straight upstairs into the shower and into bed. And she's like, "Where do you go?" Apparently, I went to pass out. And I had to work the next morning.
Yeah.
Roots. I'm not.
It was a great 4th of July, you guys.
I had a blast. Yeah, I slept in. It was.
I don't drink a lot, but for some reason on that night, those Breckenridge brews were going down.
Yeah, they were.
It was fun. I mean, I've never had I think most people I've ever had in my house is like 5. So
well, and you had all the churns too, right? They
next year we'll get
shout out to Bacon sharing his Switch with the kids.
Yeah. We'll get Deja Vu over there next year with his youngster and his wife, and we'll see how many more people I can stuff into the house. But it was fun. Really enjoyed it. Thanks for coming over, guys. That leftover ice cream cake was super good. Super good.
I wish we would have kept that. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I'm glad you didn't keep yours.
I was so mad. I was like, I'll just leave this, but I really want it.
Yeah. That was a good call opening the Oreo, but
slice for the road, Dan.
It was a ton of fun. So
heck yeah,
yeah. Shout out to Dinero Primero. I gotta say that pick was pretty dope, and still planning on making that into a T-shirt logo. Shout out to Dinero. He loved that picture.
Hell yeah.
Gentlemen, this has been. Todd, I forgot about you. You're right. Todd was the best food you had this week. Sorry, I got a heart out here. I got to go to basketball game. Sorry, go ahead.
All right, very quickly. One thing I made.
White Castle.
No, I made coconut shrimp, gluten-free coconut shrimp. Amazing. And I recreated the Red Lobster margarita sauce. And I was like, "You made that much?" I'm like, "Yes, because it's delicious. So good, so awesome." Absolutely amazing.
Not the Red Lobster. Aren't
Red
they
Lobster
the good
around?
Biscuits?
Yeah,
they do make
cheddar biscuits.
I just had those actually.
Biscuits.
Yes,
they make a gluten-free version too. But no, I made the coconut shrimp from Red Lobster with the dip. Amazing. I love the cheat recipes.
I'm a big shrimp fan, Todd. I'm just gonna say.
Oh, I love shrimp. And then we just got a new Korean restaurant on the street. I love Korean food. I was in
barbecue
Korea for a year. I got I didn't do that. I just did bulgogi, but it was amazing with all side dishes. My son had bibimbap, and my wife had this amazing fish.
Nice.
We are doing the Korean barbecue next time because it's there, and I'm like, why didn't we
We're
do
going
it?
back. Shout out. Todd, when's your son going back to school, by the way?
He moves into his wonderful,
Own place?
way too expensive apartment that is across from TCF Bank Stadium at the University of Minnesota on August 26th. And we're very happy
okay.
for
So he's
him.
got some time.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very
Yes,
nice.
absolutely. He's got to make a lot of money because he missed 2 doctor's appointments, and he got a $160 charge for each of them that he missed.
Ooh. Can't be doing that. Can't be missing appointments. Can't be missing appointments. What else? What was the freight conductor? My wife gave me a weird look when I tried to put up the Christmas card on our Christmas card. That is weird.
It's a great Christmas card.
Weird look.
If I'm Game Positive said if I'm ever in Rado on July 4th, I'm going to Bacon's. You got
Yeah.
But you guys don't celebrate July 4th, so it won't hit
He's
like it does for us.
anti-American right now.
Right.
To be honest, I don't blame
It's
him.
God's country. Yeah.
Freight conductor's in Michigan. He's a Michigander.
Oh, I thought that was Eric. Never mind. Yeah, my bad.
That was Eric. And
It
shout out
was
to
Eric.
Ashley.
Yeah,
Eric.
it was Eric.
Yeah, that sounds
Bacon,
great.
do you
Todd,
remember
nice work.
explaining to my girls what July 4th was?
Did I?
It was
Yeah,
one
you
of
were
the- my
so
wife
telling
was
like we
talking
need to
about
be
it.
proud to be in America. It's a very
wife
important
was-
holiday.
she was talking about it.
1776.
And then you go and you ended it with, well, it's all gone to hell in a handbasket since. But
Yeah. I was
Boomer
like, kids, back away from bacon right now.
Ugh.
Gentlemen, this has been the Nerd
Oh,
Chat
boy.
episode 219. Moving on from the Xbox layoffs. That was a great show. My name is Daddy Duwally. You can follow me at Daddy Duwally across all social media. You can follow the show at the Nerd Chat Podcast. We might be getting rid of the website. Nobody goes there.
It's
And
expensive.
we got to pay for our stream yards bill.
this
That's gone
pink
up
background
like
costs
300%.
$400.
Costs a lot of money. We're not going to lie to you.
I like
Okay.
the pink though. It looks good.
It's-
Okay,
it
so
pops. I like it too.
Patreon.com/nerdchat doesn't exist, but maybe someday. And then, Bacon, where can people find you?
You can find me continuing the console wars on Twitter at xbacongaming. It's been a fun couple of weeks. And I won't be here next week. I will be on a boat floating to Alaska. So
You dog.
live without me, guys, and I'll be exploring Hyrule the whole time.
Nice. Chance, where can people find you?
The mountains without any Wi-Fi for the next couple of days. I think.
Better load up those games offline mode. Get ready
I
to go.
already Far Cry's on its way. Blood
dude.
Dragon.
Incredible. Can't wait to hear.
I had
about how
always
that-
passed because I thought you had to have, and not that I could buy. Far
They
Cry 3
recently
for
did
probably
that like a couple.
$2, but
Yeah, a couple of years ago. They recently made it that classic.
so
edition.
excited, so
Yeah.
excited.
I'm very happy to hear that. And thank you so much to Todd Oxtra from Co-op Mode, Secret Friends Unite for filling in tonight for Jose. We appreciate you being here, Todd. Where can people find you?
First, I want to say thank you for you awesome folks. You guys are great. I've had all of you guys on my podcast, and you're always open and welcome to come on.
Absolutely.
yeah.
You guys do some great things here, so I love the community you've made. And yes, I'm the old grumpy guy, but you appreciate me. So
Y'all's
you know
at the
you
We
are.
love you, Todd. Number 2 intern. He's raised back up
true.
to number 2. Eric's
Chris
just
needs to
barely
start working on that so he
hanging
can
on.
get back
Yeah,
to the
Chris
show.
is number 3.
But,
Ash is number 4. Nissa
you-
maybe number 1. Number 1 mod.
If you want to follow me, you can follow me at Todd Oxtra at Secret Friends Unite on the Blue Sky. Go to secretfriendsunite.com. Probably a website we pay too much for that people don't use. Discord. We also have a YouTube channel, and I need to do some more shorts. People like the weird
Yeah.
lays that I eat and things like that. And then also check out our Patreon if you want to do that. You get a free trial for 2 weeks or 50% off your first month. And man, I love podcasting with cool people like you guys.
We love when you're here too, Todd. Shout out to the chat. You guys were awesome. Shout out to Luke. Shout out to Ashes. I used the website to add all of you in Xbox. Well, there's our one visitor on the
there you
website.
go.
Appreciate you, Ashes. As always, gentlemen, see you on the basketball courts here in a little bit, and see you online.
And see you online.
See you online.
Oh,
See you online.
I don't have Cortana.
The Nerd Chat is an Xbox podcast celebrating all things gaming, food, and the good old days. You can follow the show at the Nerd Chat Podcast across all social media. The show was created by Daniel Walenzik, and you can follow him at Daddy D. Wally. Co-host and producer Jose Martinez III can be found at Chipotle_Bear. Former intern, now co-host Jason Jarrett can be found at XBaconGaming. And former co-host, now returning intern Chance Siegel can be found at BubbleBoy N7. If you'd like to find out more about the show, please visit nerdchatmedia.com. And as always, see you online.